Hi, this is Thunder E from Booredatwork.com and welcome to our review of the Droid DNA, which is made by HTC and exclusive to the Verizon network. This is the latest and the greatest in the Droid family, and also this is a very unique device. This is the first device that you'll notice on the market that supports a 5-inch 1080p display. 1080p, yes, meaning it has full high-def resolution display, and of course has the high pixel nit ratio you can think of. Higher, better than the Retina display, all that fun jazz right here on the Droid DNA. Now, as I mentioned, it's a 5-inch 1080p display, and what that means is that you get to see full 1080p video. You can actually watch it on your display, see games very well. You can also see how bright that wallpaper looks. Now, if we turn that off, we've got the 5-inch display. You've got a 2.1 megapixel front-facing camera that records at 1080p, similar to the camera you find on the Windows Phone 8X. In that sense, it records at 1080p. You've got your touch-sensitive buttons here at the bottom. Now, design-wise, this is a very slick design. You've got side grills. You can see the red side grill panel in here that HTC is taking upon to put on this device on both sides, so you can see that. And you see how clear and flush it is, even with the volume rocker on the right. This is, of course, they said this style is akin to the Lamborghini, so that's something to take note. Now, on the back, you've got this matted finish, and you've got, if you saw that blink right there, that's blinking light, that is actually a notification light at the back. It's interesting. You also get notifications, of course, up front, right there. It's blinking, and you get one at the back. So that's pretty cool. So whichever way you have your device, you can actually see there's a notification going off. You've got an 8 megapixel camera, the same one you find in the 1X, but better improved optics, according to HTC. You've got an LED flash. Nice soft matted finish here, which is pretty nice. Beats audio, of course, you can see the logo, and your micro USB port is below. This also has the power button on the top, 3.5mm jack, and that's your micro SIM tray. Now, 16 gigabytes of storage internally. It does not have expanded storage, and that's pretty much it on the device. So let's take a closer look at what we have underneath the hood here. So once we hit the power button on the top, you can see, I'm just gonna zoom in a little closer for you guys to take a better look. You can see how vibrant that display is, and we slide it open, and what we are greeted with is Android 4.1.1 with Sense 4.0 Plus. Very smooth. The other thing about this device is that it comes with a Snapdragon S4 Pro processor. So what that means, it's got a quad-core processor in here, which means it's very fast, very fluid, plus 2 gigabytes of internal storage. So you get this very fast, fluid movement. And what that brings you is that this is a device that actually you can game a lot with. And pre-installed here with this device is actually the game Reign of Amira from Snapdragon. And we can actually jump into that. Let's see if we have that. We had that loaded earlier, but just to show you, the game actually is pre-installed for two purposes: to show you how good the display is, and also how well the processor functions overall. So we'll try and zoom in a little bit more, but this game is going to take some time to load. Now, the thing about the display, it's also coated with Gorilla Glass, so you can see it's got some very nice viewing angles. You can still see that as I kind of tilt it over. So that's something nice to note with this device overall. And we'll zoom in closer here so you guys can take a look at the gameplay. And then you can hear some sounds from it. I'll just increase the volume just a little bit. Just do a little bit of gaming. Let's see. There's some bad guys surrounding me. So you get the general idea. You can see how vibrant this thing looks on screen. Do a spell here, cast out everyone, and that's just giving you a good idea of how gaming is on the device. So it's very sharp, very vibrant, and very smooth. There was no slowdowns. I felt no hiccups, none of that stuff in there. The other thing also, again, we mentioned it does have a 1080p camera. So we go into the camera here, just show you the camera settings. Now what you find, this is the traditional camera settings with HTC Android devices. you do have the ability to take a quick snapshot and record at the same time. And actually what we'll do is actually show you some video footage that we've taken with the camera on this device. See, this is the front facing camera. And just showing you off the video, I just wanted to show you video of the display itself, so you can actually see how it looks. And I'll show you some. That's the front-facing camera I use. I actually do the rear camera here. I think this will give you a better idea.
This is a camera, front-facing camera, and it goes at 1080p. So, just showing you a quick sample, and then we will continue to our rear camera. It's kind of dark, so it's probably why. But we'll do something. Show you guys quickly. Alright, hi, this is Thunder E. This is the Droid DNA doing a 1080p recording. We are at Target, and you can see it's holiday season, so there's a lot of cars out there. Not moving, but parked. And this has an 8 megapixel camera, records at 1080p maximum. And we're just kind of panning around and giving you a nice idea of how the camera works. The sound, all that fun stuff. You can hear that vehicle coming up there, pretty loud, but pretty nifty. It's cloudy, New England, of course, so you know by this time of the year it gets really, really dark. And we'll kind of walk over to Target, just do some walking with this and see how well it handles. And we'll do up to 45 seconds, and then we'll continue this review. Take some photos.
So you've got that very solid camera. What I like about this device is the fact that it actually, for a 5-inch device, it doesn't feel like it's super wide, and that's very important to note, because it's something I noticed with the Galaxy Note 2 is that it was harder to reach certain corners of the screen. Even though I have big hands, so most people say I do, and it's easier for me to actually navigate across. This is actually a much leaner, slimmer 5-inch display, which goes a long way for you to navigate and hold this, and makes it feel like a regular phone. Also, the weight is very, very important. The other thing also to note with this device that it comes with wireless charging. So as Nokia had already taken the reins and started this up with all their Lumia phones, this device, the Droid DNA, also has wireless charging, and it uses the Q standard, so you can actually get a wireless charging plate, any third-party wireless charging plate, and use that with your device, which is very, very cool, and it's very nice to see that is also there. I believe it retails for about $200. I could be actually wrong, but I will just read below my text here in this video and see how much it actually retails for. But I believe it's $200 with a 2-year contract. For a phone like this, I think you get a full package. The downsides I look to is that, it's got 16 gigabytes of storage inbuilt. So if you're a huge music lover, you most likely have to use streaming services, which are fine. I just wish it had 32 or at least expanded storage. The other thing that just kind of bugs me is having a phone like this, and you can see how it's very easy to hold. The one thing that I wish they had changed was the location of the power button. The power button is on the top, so if I wanted to just shut off my device, it would be easy for me to just tap on the side here, but I have to actually do this to power on, power off, and that kind of is an awkward positional hold, if you will. So I wish the power button was on the side, but I mean that's just my own little minor gripe in total there. So I really like this. If you're a Verizon user, and if you're going to ask me what is the best device to get, especially in the holiday period, Verizon, the Droid DNA is. I hands down say it's the best device, because you've got a plethora of things. You've got the beautiful display at 1080p. Now, to be honest, would you see the difference between 1080p and 720? Not so much, but I will tell you that text look brighter, photos look sharper. We actually just go into the gallery here quickly, so you guys can just take a quick sample of what I mean by photos do look brighter on this device. This is just some photos of here. They look brighter, they look sharper, and you can actually see them quite well. You've got the Snapdragon S4 Pro processor, which is very sharp, very great performance, 2 gigs of RAM. You've also got Verizon's 4G LTE, so it's very great service overall. And it's a well-priced device. Feels very light. You've got wireless charging, a whole bunch of features, I think, that playing a long way to making this a solid device and pretty much a top-tier device on the Verizon network. So if you have any questions or any comments about the Droid DNA, let us know. Don't forget to subscribe to all our pages on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. It's all Booredatwork with 2 O's. So this is Thunder E saying thank you, and always enjoy your entertainment.